Can we recognize art? Have you noticed how difficult it is to tell one modern building from another? You walk around huge towns with boxes made of concrete, full of light everywhere, and we call it architecture. That is devastating. If things were made out of cardboard, you wouldn't tell the difference unless by texture. As the years go by, functionality seems to be replacing expression, and beauty seems increasingly optional. I wonder why. A few years back, every place had its own visual identity. People walked around and could point between two buildings, which was a local market or a restaurant. Nowadays, we mostly can only notice by the moment we get inside. We acknowledge the soft illumination, larger chairs, as smart choices to accommodate customers for a longer period, calming music to set a composed humor. What is that for you? Our restaurant. You see, we only get the full perception once we're inside. From the outside view, it's all the same structure with the different colors and lettering patterns. How is that enthralling? It isn't. Art may not be disappearing, but our ability to recognize it certainly seems to be. Once, plastic artists and painters as Michelangelo had their place and value. Now, there are many sculptures perfectly made by amazing artists, capable of reproducing human anatomy and color, texture and mobility, and sometimes in sounds. Why aren't they praised as Michelangelo was at his time? This is our fault. We admire convenience more than craftsmanship. We pay for it and reject even the idea of paying someone for their extraordinary competence. I thought that we as humans enjoyed uniqueness, that thing only we own. That's what art and an artist is capable of doing, of creating. How many artists have to wait after their death for us to give them the credit they own? He's never going to know he is acclaimed. In his perspective, he passed away as a failure. Who is that? No more and no less than Van Gogh. In his perspective, he died as a project that never had success in its completion. How many more names to add to this phenomenon? I'm going to quote things from researchers we cannot deny to illustrate why I believe we share responsibility for this tragedy. Johann Sebastian Bach. During his lifetime, Johann Sebastian Bach was respected only as an organist and regional teacher. He did not achieve international fame because his music was considered dated by the transition to the classical era, and because he barely traveled to promote his works. I wonder why he rarely had the determination to promote. Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka became world famous after his death, mainly because of his close friend. Everyone knows who Franz Kafka is, and at least one of his works. However, before dying, Kafka asked that all his unpublished manuscripts should be burned. Instead, his friend organized and published them. Kafka never published most of his works due to a combination of deep personal insecurity, extreme perfectionism, and a purely spiritual view of writing. During his lifetime, he published only a few short stories and small collections, which received little public attention. Everyone knows Franz Kafka, but we all know only because of his close friend. Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson became world famous after her death because her sister discovered hundreds of hidden poems and decided to publish them. During lifetime, Emily lived a reclusive life and published fewer than 10 poems anonymously. She chose never to publish the vast majority of her poems due to a combination of rejection of fame, a desire to project her artistic freedom, and a disinterest in the publishing market of the time. For her, writing was an intimate and spiritual act, not a commercial career. We like to believe that genius is always recognized. The uncomfortable possibility is that we are ignoring greatness right now. And there's a lot more we don't know yet. Maybe thousands of names that we are neglecting now. You might have realized the common cause responsible for their lack of recognition was the public, which I quote, considered outdated, considered too complex for the popular taste, ahead of their time, and considered inaccessible to the audience. Those are quotes from the artists mentioned here and some others I didn't include on this video. Think about it with care. If you are an artist, don't stop. History has never been good at recognizing greatness. And if you consider yourself a lover of art, ask yourself something. When was the last time you truly looked? Maybe art isn't disappearing. Maybe we just stopped seeing it.